Let's talk about Ripple's lawsuit. As you may remember, back in August, Ripple was fined $125 million. While it seemed like the case was over, the SEC has continued to appeal since then. Today, we'll discuss the possibility of this Ripple lawsuit coming to a complete end in early 2025. First, let's take a look at some news from a few days ago regarding the Ripple case. The headline reads, "Ripple lawsuit dismissal by SEC's Paul Atkins could ignite XRP price surge." This suggests that if the SEC, under Paul Atkins' leadership, decides to dismiss the lawsuit against Ripple, it could trigger a surge in XRP's price. Indeed, if this case is withdrawn, it would boost investor confidence in Ripple and create positive momentum in the market. You might be wondering though, hasn't this case been ongoing for a long time? Why is it being brought up again now? Here's the thing. In October this year, the SEC officially appealed the previous ruling on XRP. The headline reads, "SEC officially appeals XRP ruling." Essentially, the SEC wasn't satisfied with the judge's decision and is now taking it to the appeals court. It's worth noting that U.S. appeals courts tend to be conservative, often leaning towards upholding lower court decisions. Historical statistics show that the success rate for appeals in criminal, civil, and administrative cases is only about 7% to 20%, so it's quite low. Let's look at some specific data. The chart shows the percent of lower court decisions reversed on appeal. For administrative appeals, which is what the SEC's case against Ripple falls under, the success rate is just 7.8%. Additionally, as this is a securities and financial case, the historical success rate for appeals in such cases is even lower. Currently, the SEC's appeal is in the briefing stage, with a deadline of January 15, 2025. After the briefs are submitted, a hearing date will be set approximately 90 days later, and a ruling will be issued within 180 days of the hearing. So, if there are no delays, the ruling is expected around October 15, 2025. However, if either party requests a rehearing after the ruling, it could delay the case further. If the request for a rehearing is denied, the final resolution would come by November 29, 2025. If the request is granted, the timeline would extend further. To wrap up, if the lawsuit ends with a settlement or dismissal, XRP will undoubtedly see a positive impact on its price due to the improved sentiment. From a broader perspective, if the SEC decides to drop the appeal, it could signal a friendlier stance towards Ripple and the entire crypto industry. Additionally, this development could pave the way for an XRP ETF, especially if there are changes before the January 15th deadline. For both new and existing XRP holders, this case is definitely something worth watching closely.